Hello?
Good afternoon. Am I speaking to Judge Alex?
Yes?
Good afternoon, sir. This is Ron calling from the corporate office at Lazy Boy.
Hi, Ron. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. Reason for the call is your tweet was sent over to me by our social media team. It was escalated to me. I understand you had a problem.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad.
Tell me what happened.
Customer service is pretty bad.
Tell me what happened.
Well, we got new furniture in December, and right away I noticed that there was a defect in one of the pieces that was leaning back more than the rest of it, so it stuck out, because the back of my couch isn't flush against the wall. There's a walkway behind it. So I called, and they sent somebody, and he came and looked at it and said, yeah, it's a defective part. We need to order a new part. I'll order it, and we'll get it replaced. And I said, okay. And that was January. Never heard from him again. February went by, March went by. I didn't think anything of it because we had to wait 7 months to get the couch, so I thought maybe it's just taking months to get the part. And I think when April or May came around, I finally called and said, what happened? And they said, oh, the guy never ordered the part. So then they ordered the part, and they said he's supposed to come back and, when it comes in, he's supposed to come back and fix it. So the part came in, I think, in July, maybe?
Okay.
Or June or July, and he never came back. The part's at my house in the garage, and the guy never came back. So I finally got tired of waiting for him to, call and make an appointment. So I called today, and I was on hold for about 45 minutes to an hour with it constantly saying, you can wait for the next representative, or you can press 2 and you can get tech support. So I thought it was the kind of thing I had to explain, so I waited for 45 minutes to an hour, and then I finally said, I just can't keep waiting like this. I'm trying to do other stuff. So I hit number 2, and then the text message came and said, you are number 60 in line for tech support. Uh-huh. And I thought, that's insane. I mean, do they have like one person working, or what? I held for almost an hour, and then I'm 60th in line for text. So I guess about an hour and a half later, I was finally up. The first guy who I spoke to, his name is in my text, so I still have the text. I don't really know where your tech support is, but his name was like Darren or something like that. Uh-huh. And I put on there everything that happened. And he said, let me look at your file. And I didn't hear from him again. 20 minutes later, 20 minutes later, it said, you're now being connected to Darlene or something like that. And then she got on. And, so I guess she helped me. I don't know yet, because the bottom line is, she said, I just sent an urgent text to message to the support guy, and he'll be calling you in a few days to make an appointment and come by and install the part. So I can't tell you that it has been resolved, because frankly, given the history, I don't really trust Lazy Boy. So that's the reason I posted that tweet.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah, and I have just been sort of reading through the notes on the file here. So you had an engineer out to look at it, right, originally?
Yeah, he came out in January, and then since then, I've noticed that one of my reclining parts, one of my recliners, because I have like 4 reclining sections, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 reclining sections. One of them squeaks, which I thought was kind of concerning for a brand new couch that within 7 months it's squeaking. So,
well, here's the thing. I have read the report that the engineer has written here, and I don't know if he mentioned it to you at the time, but the advice he's put on here is that clearly the weight limit for the product has been exceeded.
The weight limit for what?
The weight limit for the product has been exceeded. That is what's causing all the faults and the squeaking and that kind of thing.
That's ridiculous, because first of all, the squeaking is something I never told him about, because it didn't start until about May, and he hasn't been back since January. In May, I started noticing that the seat that I sit in, when I lean back, not every time, but maybe every third time it goes, and I thought that's kind of weird. There's no way he could know that because it wasn't happening in January, and I didn't tell him. And number two, I don't see how the weight limit could have been exceeded on the piece that he's repairing when nobody sits in that piece. This is an L-shaped couch. My wife sits on the far right. I sit 2 seats away from her to her left. Then there's a center piece that makes the curve, and then there's the piece that's defective, and then there's an end piece. Nobody sits over there. And I weigh 198 pounds, and my wife weighs probably 130. So unless your seat is made out of balsa wood, I can't imagine the weight limit has been exceeded by anybody sitting on it. Never mind the fact that we never used that part of the couch. We bought this couch so we would have room if people came over to watch football or something. We'd have room for people to sit. But football season is starting yesterday. So I'm a little shocked to find out that your guy said the weight limit was exceeded on a piece that was delivered to my house defective.
Well, I'm just going by what the engineer put in his report here, and I'm sorry to hear about your marital problems as well. That is unfortunate.
I'm not having marital problems.
Oh, you were just saying you and your wife won't sit near you on the couch.
Yeah, no, she sits 1 seat away.
Is that is that because of the weight thing?
Is that because of the weight thing? No, she likes the end recliner, and I bought a middle sectional piece afterwards that we can put cups on and plug stuff in.
So your wife likes.
I sit on the seat to the left of that.
Your wife likes reclining, then, just not with you. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, basically, that's how our marriage has survived.
Gotcha. No, I can see. I mean, with all due respect, I have seen your TV show, so I know that you're a much larger man.
I'm really not. I mean, people think I'm 6'4" on television, and I'm not 6'4". I'm 6'1", and I weigh 198 pounds.
Yeah, so that would put your BMI somewhere between seriously obese and morbidly obese.
Well, probably morbidly obese, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the standard products that we sell are not designed to accommodate a couple of morbidly obese people. That's
okay.
The problem. We can't guarantee either the workmanship or the longevity of the couch if you're going to insist on being a big fat bastard, you know?
No, yeah, I'm going to be a big fat bastard, so I don't know what to tell you.
Right. I would maybe put some breeze blocks or some kind of other support under the couch because you are...
Okay, what is your name?
My name is Ron, R-O-N.
Ron what?
No, Ron, and I spelled it for you. A lot of people don't know how to spell it.
Your last name.
I don't generally give out my last name. I can transfer you through to my supervisor if you would like to speak with them.
Sure, why not?
All right. Just hold for a moment. I'll be right back with you.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold.
I tweeted. Huh? No, but when I tweet, a lot of people see it, that the product was defective.
Hello, you've reached Kathy at Lazy Boy. How may I help you?
Hi there.
Hi. How
Hello.
are you today?
Hi. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Kathy. How may I help you today?
I don't know. I was transferred to you by somebody named Ron.
Yes, I'm Ron's supervisor.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm not really sure what to make of it. Ron called me to, ask me about a tweet that I posted about my Lazy Boy experience with your customer service, which has been really, really pretty bad. And so he called me to talk about it. And then when we were near the end of our conversation, he started was saying that the couch was having a problem because my wife and I are a couple of fat bastards, and we're overweight and obese, and it's not made to hold obese people. And, I thought he was joking, so I laughed along, but he kept right on going with it. And, first of all, we're not. I'm 198 pounds and 6'1", and she's 130 and 6'4". I'm sorry, 5'4". I'm really not sure what to make of Ron.
Well, you sound like a great-looking couple.
Yeah, thank you so much. So in any event, I posted a tweet about my experience with Lazy Boy because it's been really bad. The customer service has been absolutely horrible. The guy came over in January I got the couch delivered in December. A piece of it was defective. We called in. They said they'll send somebody. They sent him in January. He said, yep, this came defective. I need to order a part, and never ordered it. And then months later, I called to find out why he hadn't come back yet, and they said he never ordered the part. So then they ordered the part for me, and it came in a couple months ago, and they said he would come when the part came in. And a couple months went by, and he hasn't been here. So I called today and spent an hour on the phone before I finally gave up and used your text support message system. And when I used that, it told me I was 60th in line, so I got to wait another hour and a half for text support, which basically told me they would send an urgent message to the guy, and he would call me to set up an appointment to come fix the couch. So when I told Ron this, he goes, well, I see in the notes here that he said that the weight limit of the sectional piece had been exceeded. And I said, I don't see how that's possible. The couch arrived defective. The couch literally arrived with one piece that leans back further than the others, and it's noticeable and unsightly. So if your delivery driver was bouncing on it in the truck, maybe, and number two, nobody sits on that piece. It's the L portion of my couch, and my wife and I sit on the other side. I said, she sits on the end, then there's an empty seat, then I sit, and then the couch curves to the left, and nobody sits there. And we got it so that, when we have people over for football season, people have places to sit. But football season started yesterday, so nobody has been using that seat. Since the day we got it, nobody's used it. And so then he said, well, I'm sorry to hear about you and your wife's marital problems. And I said, what marital problems? And he said, well, you said she doesn't sit next to you. So I figured he's joking, and I said, oh, yeah, you're right. And he goes, so you mean your wife likes to recline, she just doesn't like to recline with you? Okay. And so I'm still laughing with him. And then he goes, well, the guy noted on here that the weight limit exceeded. These pieces are made to be used by normal weight people, not a couple of fat bastards.
Yeah.
And so
I think I
just want to know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I think I've heard enough of what Ron said, and but he also wrote in the notes that your couch is squeaking.
Yeah, so I also said, well, when I told the lady to add to the notes, because when he comes, the seat that I sit in, which is one of the reclining sections, squeaks. Not every time, but once every 3 times when I lean back, it goes, and I'm thinking a brand new couch shouldn't squeak 7 months in. So I want to know if that is normal. Plus, I've noticed that all of the reclining sections, if you don't pull the handle, if you just push back, they lean back. Like you can recline a little bit without extending the legs out. But mine, the one that squeaks, doesn't do that. You can push back and it won't lean back. So I don't know if that piece is defective or what. So I asked her to add that to the notes when I spoke to her today. And Ron said, well, that's the problem when you exceed the weight limit. That's why it's squeaking. And I said, it's a different piece. He goes, that's why he put on here you exceeded the weight limit, because it was squeaking. And I said, no, because I didn't tell him that in January, because we didn't have that happening in January. It started happening around May. and he hasn't been back since January. And it's a different piece. It's not that piece.
Okay.
It's the one that is the piece that's being replaced or fixed doesn't recline. You know.
Is there any way possible that you could go sit on the couch and just have the phone there so I can hear the squeaking? I just want to hear like what it is, because I've worked here for over 25 years, and I'm pretty good at determining whether it's supposed to be there or not.
One more thing. This is not the phone number we normally use. We don't usually even answer this phone, so I'm not really sure how you guys got this phone, because I don't think I gave this to...
This is the corporate number, and we have, this is the one that was on file, one of the numbers that was on file. I don't know if you forgot to give it to us or something, but yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can duplicate it. 1 second.
Thank you.
No, didn't do it. Try it again?
Yeah. Sir, the couch has to make the noise, not you.
That wasn't me. That's your friend Ron.
What? There's only me and you on the calls here, sir.
I'm sorry?
There's only me and you on the call, sir.
There's a what?
There's only you and I on the call.
Okay, well, then somebody else is on the line making that squeaking noise. It isn't me.
Is it your wife?
No. This phone does not have other extensions.
All right. Well, try and sit down in the chair again and let me hear.
Nope, didn't do it.
Okay, one more time.
So who's doing that if there's only you and I on the call?
I have no idea. I assumed it was you. Sir, is this a joke?
Great chatting with you. You guys are very professional. Goodbye.
Wait, I have one more question. No!
Oh, there he goes. That was a good celebrity call.
Leave him a message.
Let me call him back, see if it got resolved. I better do a quick satisfaction survey, you know.
Hello.
Hi there, sir. It's Ron with Lazy Boy. I saw that you terminated the call with a supervisor, and I just wanted to make sure everything got resolved to your satisfaction before I close the complaint.
Yeah, no, it didn't, but thanks anyway. Bye.
Oh, what's wrong? What happened? Oh, no. He's all upset.
Please play the